What's going on, guys? I'm Landon, and this is David, and we're Taffy Hoops. Today, we are talking about a very important NBA player. An NBA player who's been out of the league for 2 years now, and is just now making his return to the NBA. And in his return game, he exceeded expectations, and he's a fan favorite. Of course, we are talking about none other than the Lance Stephenson. Yep, we're talking about Lance Stephenson. Let's get into it.
So with the NBA's health and safety protocols running amok over the past 2 months, so many players have gotten their opportunities to play in the NBA. Some of them being Greg Monroe, who played 5 total games in Minnesota and in Washington, Isaiah Thomas, who played in Los Angeles and Dallas for 5 total games, Joe Johnson, who hit almost a game winner in Boston in his 1 game, and then Stanley Johnson, who just got multiple 10-day contracts in Los Angeles with the Lakers, but none have been as successful and as prominent as Lance Stephenson, who, while he was out of the league for 2 years, the Atlanta Hawks surprisingly picked him up, and it wasn't looking good for him. In 6 games, he had 11 minutes per game, 1.8 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, and 2.3 assists. 1.3 assists. But then the Pacers were like, hey, let's pick him up. Let's take a chance.
Why not? I mean, we were down on 10 players anyways, so
might as well do it. And in his first game, actually his first half, he had 24 points.
Which is a record, by the way. It's the most points first quarter off the bench, which it's an obscure record, but it's an obscure record. But that's an impressive record to score that many points off the bench first quarter.
He had 20 points in the first quarter, 24 in the first half, 30 points in the whole game. He's slowed down a bit, obviously. Like, you're not going to have 30 points every game if you're a bench player. But he's been averaging 23 minutes per game, 13 points per game, 4 rebounds a game, and 5 assists a game. So he has been showing that he can still be a competent NBA player, even though he's been out of the league for 2 years.
Yeah, a person on a 10-day contract should not be able to come and a person on a 10-day contract should not be able to come and be a competent NBA player. They should be a person who purely just gives you a jersey to fill.
Yeah. And sometimes, I know, Jeff Teague was on a 10-day contract for a bit last year, and he averaged, 5 points a game, 2 assists. That's what you expect from a 10-day guy. 10 minutes a game, he'll just fill a role for an injury guy or something like that.
And Jeff Teague is probably one of those better 10-day contract players.
Mm-hmm.
But Lance Stephenson is the king.
Yeah, he played so well in his first 10 days that the Pacers gave him a full rest of the year contract, and it's not really made sense why he's been so good in Indiana. He hasn't played well anywhere else.
It's just magic.
Yeah, if you look at his last season, before his 2-year hiatus with the Lakers, played 68 games, 16 minutes per game, 7 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists, which is not far from what he did in Indiana this year. But if you look back at his prime in Indiana, it's
so good.
Yeah, he fell off basically after he left Indiana, came back, played amazing, left, sucked, and then came back and played amazing again. So Lance I heard him talk in an interview about how he just loves putting on the uniform. He feels much more comfortable in an Indiana Pacers uniform, and I love watching it.
Yeah, he is just one of those players, and I love these type of players where it's so obvious the fans love him, but then he's also reciprocating that feeling, and it's very obvious. I almost said Klay. Lance loves his fans back and loves Indiana and wants to be here, and is glad that our organization has given him 3 chances at this point. We drafted him, got him again later, and now we're giving him a 3rd chance. Yeah.
To salvage his NBA career, basically.
Yeah.
And I think he's probably made the resolution he's going to stay in Indiana now that he knows that he hasn't done anything else outside of Indiana. So
yeah, and I mean, Klay's not going to be mad about being on a rebuilding Pacers team.
Lance.
I said Klay. Lance is not going to be mad knowing he's on a rebuilding Pacers team. And, yeah. this intro's got me messed up because I'm thinking of all the similarities between Lance Stephenson is as good as Klay Thompson, and that's stuck in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lance Stephenson, he is the GOAT of 10-day contracts, and that's all there is. All there is to it.
He's brought light to NBA, like to Pacers fans, like so much. Like we know we're a rebuilding team now, and we know that a lot of our good players are going to be traded away. So having Lance is going to be kind of like a reason to put fans in the stands, reason to watch games for Pacers fans. Like he and Chris Duarte have been like lights for the Pacers team, this like Pacers fans this year at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, let us know down in the comments what you think. I mean, unless you're a Pacers fan, you probably don't care that much about Lance Stephenson. But we are Pacers fans, and so we do care about Lance Stephenson. And so we're going to talk about Lance Stephenson. Yeah, and if there's a player who, like, your team just signed and you think he's been doing really good, let us know what you think about, like, what your team's been doing with all the 10-day contracts. Because, like, every team's been doing 10-day contract stuff. And if you like your team signed, let us know. So yeah, let us know what you guys think down in the comments below, or join our Discord server, which will be in the description. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next video.
Peace.